It's a lovely evening and you're watching Movie TV, your award-winning channel of choice. My name is Mwale with the news. Sincere apologies for bringing the news late. The headlines: stalled Mwinilunga Township roadworks worries residents. Lusaka Slibala residents object to illegal car wash construction. And in sports, Zambian karatekas ready for regional supremacy. And now the news in detail. A contractor who was working on Mwinilunga roads has abandoned the works. Piles of sand left by the contractor have blocked most roads, making it difficult for motorists to pass. Residents are wondering whether the contractor will ever come back on site. Jackson Mansa is in Mwinilunga.
We have a concern as motorists in Mwinilunga with the contractor. The contractor has been on the site for so long, but nothing is happening. As you can see, most of the roads have been blocked. Now, I wonder, this contractor, how can you put a culvert here when you don't have drainages? There are no drainages at all here. So we are wondering what kind of a contractor is this one. And the contractor, we don't even see him. We don't know whether he has not been funded by government or maybe he has left the site. We don't know what is happening. So we are pleading for help from government to look into this matter so that the people of Mwinilunga can be saved better.
And from Mwinilunga, anakabi hadawa contractor, anakangea. Nemgutari yuma ina rumbuko mkwaka, kamkwaka nakakeheshi. Ajane tora kwenda tiwa wanyumu mkwaka, yuka kwenda maspeed nangashi, ashiko jahera muntu. So kanakangea hadi yuma yine ru. Yeshimi atuwashi runyi kwa katunale mbudi government airesha our contractor kuriji munu mudumo ndukuji wafuma mudehi na shi ho hanga munyi kwa kuwaisha nehi tombana nuwani yakaina kuita ho
inapa bali salomba bana kangeyo ko bati barefwa ya besare ko musebo babika makauvet up then imyoto kashile pita muyandumo just for 2 days. Nomba pana 2 months na ikumana tabare isuro musevu ifimana nikane ifero bafire tereno mbadini so na ine pa Japan ingi sala because na ine imyotoka shile inconvenience mu ya dum ifimana nikane babika ifima loba na fipusha almost 3 months instead ya kwati ngabali pasa bwino ba pango musevu balepoka contract taba kwetena capacity ya kwati bapango musevu balenda to government era tpere mpia nishi basendere contract ngataba kwata capacity ya kupanga musevu.
Jackson. In other news, the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit says plans to relocate residents of Lusaka Mtendere compound floods-prone areas are still underway. DMMU National Coordinator Yande Mwale says negotiations with the area Member of Parliament, Professor Nkanduluo, are still on to find an alternative place for the residents. Mtendere compound is mostly affected with floods.
Located in the vicinity of Kalikiliki Dam is Mtendere compound. Founded in 1967, Mtendere compound is one of the residential areas in Lusaka that is usually affected by perennial flash floods posed by Kalikiliki Dam, which is believed to be an environmental hazard to the residents. Flooding in the area is usually generated by water coming from Kalikiliki stream. The situation worsens during the rain season as most houses submerge in water, causing damage to property. When flooding occurs, there is much discussion of needed action among relevant authorities, but when the rain season is over, the incident is forgotten. The residents are forced to vacate their homes as no dry land is spared. For this reason, more than 100 households built in the buffer zone have been earmarked for demolition by the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit in order to find a lasting solution to the problem. The residents have been more than ready to be relocated to a convenient place, but government has been delaying the process. Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit National Coordinator Yande Mwale says her department is still liaising with the area Member of Parliament, Professor Nkanduluo, on finding an alternative place where the residents will be relocated.
The report is ready and we've discussed that report with the area Member of Parliament who has actually bought into it. What we zoned the area, and we identified those houses that get affected year in, year out. We've tried to do some remedial measures in the past, but those have not really yielded any positive results. So the risk mapping exercise really aimed at finding a long-term solution to the problem, so that we can then find alternative land where those people can be relocated. But we are still in the process of trying to find that alternative land.
Ms. Mwale has urged members of the community to avoid constructing houses in undesignated areas.
We've tried to open up the drainages there, to put up some bridges, but that has not really helped, because people have felt right, on the stream itself, which is very unfortunate. So we need to encourage people not to build in wrong places. People should build in designated and safe places.
Kalikiliki Dam is under serious threats from natural factors such as soil erosion, human activities, and is likely to rupture owing to lack of maintenance. In order to
Beacons have been placed on the road, an indication that someone has illegally demarcated the road for putting up a structure.
This one, this is a beacon. Let's put a beacon.
Residents here are up in arms with a person behind this illegality. They say nothing should be erected on a road reserve.
This is a gazetted road, you see? This is where our concern lies. This is a gazetted road. This is a road. There's no way somebody can come here and start building here.
And he was saying, insisting, no, I went to the council have allowed me. He was trying to show us his calendar, saying there's no road here, which is not true. So we are not allowing such kind of nonsense, and that is not going to happen. So
other residents say the person behind the demarcation of this land claims to have the blessings of the area councillor and has threatened to deal with anyone who is against the construction.
What is happening is, we don't know who is dropping all these building materials, but he's dropping them in the night. And when we spoke to the councillor, he said, no, there's no one who is going to develop this place. And this morning, when people came to start digging, when we confronted them, they even threatened us. That they got to threaten us, said, no, me, I can even bring 10 buses of cadres. So I told him, no, you see, what we have done is you are threatening violence. We can even report you to the police. So he has threatened us that we can even bring 10 loads of buses to come and beat the people in this compound.
The actor is trying to build the so-called car wash from this place. This is a reserve road going to, this is Mulima Street, there's Untanya Street there, and he's claiming that he was sold this plot by some cadres, and he is even threatening us that he's going to get a busload of cadres to come and beat us up.
When contacted, the councillor cut the call after he heard that he was talking to a reporter. Other calls to him went unanswered.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, madam.
This is Naomi. I'm calling you from Movie TV.
Yeah?
There's an issue in Mwale Stage 2. Hello?
Naomi Mwemba, Movie TV News in Lusaka.
In other news, a vehicle belonging to Kitwe District Commission has been impounded by the Government Control Unit for illegal driving. Tafen Mlonga was found driving the vehicle close to midnight, claiming he was on duty. Despite his explanation, the unit under the Ministry of Works and Supply impounded the vehicle, and the unit has impounded more than 10 vehicles for illegal driving.
I was merely doing government job up to now. It's a total sacrifice. Look at all this time, that from the time that I left in the morning.
An acting district commissioner for Kitwe, Tafen Mlonga, pleads with the Government Transport Control Unit to have his vehicle released after being impounded. The senior government official was found driving a government vehicle at night without proper documentation. He pleaded to be warned, claiming he was not aware, and also claimed to be on government duty.
I can't just be here, I've just come. If you ask me, come over the
Let's see your competence, sir. You have a competence, a certificate of competence.
Yeah, I'll get it to Mr. Chief was issuing letters. Understand me.
You don't have.
As of now, Mr. Chief was issuing letters.
I mean, a competence you don't have.
I can get it at the office. We just left to the driver, and I said, okay, fine, driver, go. Unfortunately, but I was working throughout.
Chief Controller of Government Transport Control Unit, NS Kunda, presided over the illegal use of the government vehicle, and the explanation that was given by the acting district commissioner could not be bought.
So it's not my wish. Believe me or not. Some of the officers who stay here, they know me. I was just doing government job because of the situation with the
What did you say? Why are you driving yourself?
Drivers just to go, sir. We just left and I said, fine, we have just okay, let me just go and pack and see.
That is another illegality. You know, like...
officers, I'm asking you just to...
Listen, sir. Listen, DC. The other illegality is when you are traveling out of the district, you are going out of the district, 50 kilometers radius, you are supposed to use a driver.
And in an operation conducted on Friday morning, the Government Control Unit impounded more vehicles. Drama ensued when a vehicle from Ndola City Council was impounded. A rescue vehicle which came to secure release for the vehicle was also impounded.
Meaning you don't have it here?
Yes.
Where's your logbook?
Personal property. This is a government asset, and there are regulations guiding usage of this asset. There are regulations, and we are just implementing the contents of the regulations. You understand? So you cannot go against the regulations, and you cannot be above the regulations.
Immigration and other government vehicles were also illegally being driven.
Yes. The challenge is your driver doesn't have any document disregarding all the regulations. He doesn't have a competence, he doesn't have a logbook, he doesn't have even a weekend pass.
Yes, no, at the time.
Just getting here at the office. I just put the other thing, officer. That's not the way the regulations entail. What he's supposed to do, by the time he starts a journey, he's supposed to carry with him that certificate of competence. Please, don't defend the law.
A number of operations will be conducted on the Copper Belt and northwestern provinces.
We'll continue with these operations. We are not leaving any province. We'll visit each and every province, even at district level, to ensure that sanity prevails.
Alexander Musokotwane, Movie TV News.
Prisoners Reintegration Empowerment Organization has called on government to consider coming up with an empowerment fund for former prisoners. Organization Executive Director Frank Malumo says freeing inmates is a progressive move, but there is need to empower them. Meanwhile, one of the pardoned inmates from Lusaka's correctional facility, Ruth Nawira, has urged other citizens to refrain from criminal activities. She was speaking shortly after being released from the correctional facility, where she spent 2 years.
At the press briefing on Thursday, May 24, 2018, Home Affairs Minister Stephen Kampyongo announced a total of 464 inmates who have been pardoned through a prerogative of mercy by President Edgar Lungu on this year's African Freedom Day. The process of releasing the pardoned has started in various correctional facilities. So far, 26 former inmates have been sent to freedom at Lusaka's correctional facility. Ruth Nawila, 59 years of age, is one of those who shared her joy on camera.
Serious? I've saved 2 years, 6 months in facility.
The former inmate further shared her painful experience and lessons learned whilst in the correctional facility.
What I can tell them is to stop making crimes and repent and turn to God. The Vice President, you should come and visit your children. They're crying day and night. They want to see you. They have something to tell you about what they're going through. They can't tell these men who have just come here from movie. They need you. Any day, make a move. As a woman, come and see your children, the way they're staying.
My mother has been released from prison, and it has not been easy for me coming here day to day after leaving my job way, coming to see my mother. I thank God she has been released.
Ms. Nawila adds that there is need for everyone to practice forgiveness at all times. She has also thanked President Edgar Lungu for coming to her aid.
I thank the President of the Republic of Zambia, Edgar Chagwarungu, for the job he has done to me. I thank him so much.
What lessons have you learned from this?
I've learned a lot: to humble yourself, not to insult, not to fight. You have to make sure that you love one another. And the most thing is you have to pray day and night to your Creator, because it hasn't been easy for me to be in this carceration. I thank my Creator, who is above everything. I've learned to read the Bible, and now I can tell you that I can call myself that I'm a full-time pastor who can preach the word of God to you who are outside.
Patricia Sakala, another former inmate, has described the correctional facility as a learning place. She was convicted for abandoning her own child.
Like manga kula ifi mamene ufuna kupewera zoipa napunzira ko tunga madomati napunzira ko panga mabango nakupasa ule muntu even muntu akuyamba vija kuzoma mpewela even muntu alamlandu na iwe kuzoma kambisana na eve vonse vonapunzira.
However, the former inmates were received by Prisoners Reintegration and Empowerment Organization Director Derek Malumo alongside the church leaders.
You know, we've been advocating for a long time that our correctional facilities should be decongested.
Amen. We normally pray, God, I want you to intervene in my situation. Even this day we are praying, God intervene, and today they have seen the intervention. But now we must show it practically.
Prio and the church has challenged other organizations and persons to lend a help to the former inmates.
We need to settle, we need to know what you want to do, whether it's a business. We need to knock on the doors of the president, say, the head of state, the people that you pardoned, they are stranded, they are on the street. Can you help us with something small just to empower them?
Therefore, it is the responsibility of the church to minister to them so that they should feel that the community is a loving community.
Innocent Piri reporting for Movie TV News, the capital, Lusaka.
Meanwhile, the Christian Coalition in Wapra Province says there is need to inculcate Christian values and morals in prisoners who have been released on parole. Coalition Executive Director Paul Mbolo has told Movie TV News in Mansa that ex-convicts can be useful to society if the church plays its role to nurture them. And Dr. Mbolo has urged society not to condemn ex-prisoners, but help them continue with their reformation process.
Actually exercised the right
for people to be liberated. African Freedom Day is one day that must empower all Zambians, regardless of their status. Those people who have been incarcerated for a long time in prisons, those people have got ideas which, if were to be brought on the scene, you would find that even Zambia would develop in one angle or the other. So what we are now saying is, all the people outside the prisons, when they receive prisoners, let us incorporate them in our developmental projects for them to participate and be productive. Now the problem that we have is, when somebody has been condemned before, even if he comes out of prison after being pardoned by the president, we are the same people who start fighting them outside. Let us incorporate them and let us support the motion moved by the president. The president of the Republic of Zambia is not a party president. He has been he might be a party president in their fora, but when it comes to development, he should develop all the regions, all the provinces, even where he had low votes. After they have been rehabilitated, in social work we call it rehabilitation. That is to correct the person who had gone off the way. Now he has come back. Let them reform for the better. We've got a lot of people who have been in prison, but after coming out of prison, they have performed wonders. A lot of them. So my word of caution is, let's not take freedom for granted.
You're watching the main news on Movie TV, your award-winning channel of choice. We take a break. When we come back, we have more news.
Savannah, a quality Zambian brand that springs its name from the savanna of Central Africa and inspired by the sweeping grass plains of this region, a reflection of all things good that the African continent has to offer. Made using indigenous fruits, the fruit juice has been extracted for use in these products. Savannah comes in 3 distinct flavors: orange, lime cordial, and a natural blend of mango and orange juice. Walk into any store countrywide and enjoy this quality, tasty, and nutritious juice. Savannah, a family of flavors.
We are grateful that you are watching Movie TV. This is the main news on your award-winning channel of choice. Former Republican President Rupia Banda has called on African leaders to uphold peace. Mr. Banda says Africans have a duty to ensure that there's peace on the continent. He was speaking when he attended the laying of wreaths at Lusaka's Freedom Statue, led by Republican President Edgar Lungu.
A symbol of freedom that Zambia gained from the colonial masters in 1964. It is for this reason why Zambians across the world have joined hands with many African countries in celebrating the 2018 African Freedom Day. This year's African Freedom Day was held under the theme, "Winning the Fight Against Corruption, a Sustainable Path to Africa's Transformation." In Lusaka, government officials, opposition political party leaders, and the diplomats were led by President Edgar Lungu in laying wreaths at Lusaka's Freedom Statue. Fourth Republican President Rupia Banda, Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly Catherine Namgala were among those who attended the event. Later, President Edgar Lungu shook hands with various stakeholders as a symbol of love and unity. Meanwhile, Mr. Banda has called on Africans to maintain the peace at hand.
And our unity and our peace. The African Commonwealth will continue to work for African unity.
Innocent Piri reporting for Movie TV News in the capital, Lusaka.
In other news, the PF has been accused of buying UPND councillors who defected in Kanyama Ward in Mwale district. Senior UPND officials have accused PF of wasting government's resources to buy councillors and create unnecessary by-elections. The officials told Movie TV News in Mwale shortly after the defection of their councillor to PF.
He worried at all. Kasaunt is not a factor, and he was failing to express himself in the council. So why should we get worried? We know we are going to get that seat back. That is the Mwale district, Kanyama ward. That is our seat. So Mr. HH, our president, don't get worried. That seat is ours.
The money which they have used to buy that councillor, I don't know how much they have bought that councillor. That money would have used at the same school in Kanyama Secondary School. There is no water. They are supposed to expand the houses for teachers, but now it has gone into water for one person to benefit his family. That is shame. It's shame.
Na hayami enwaka PF hakulanda kansoro wa mukanyama yamna mwiriri campaign mwanta wadira kumira di campaign namuntu mwenyirunga neye ikungu ana kukudimba kudima njomba hera kudi samba wuru nindi muntu mwenyirunga maka wina muhere kansoro hera umu hemu kuchesha neye mwadidimba murunga akana ka 500 kumwasende ichimaka wana 0 muronga mwadi kuletanga development ana mali na kutwala kuipateri munyikwakwa na yuma ya chenyi ilanga enu mali atezi muleti development mwenyirunga muna kunyamuna na kulanda councillors ejima imunete gate chuna yeruki.
I'm not happy with what has done with my colleague Honorable Kasaun for defecting to PF. It is really sad, but otherwise he was not really a factor. Has been promised to give him a 15,000 and a vehicle from the head of state, which is bad. We're supposed to use that money for development issues, not buying people. As myself, I'm shocked because the head of state would have behaved in a good manner than this, just buying for us honorables. We are voted by people to represent people at local level. Otherwise, I'm not happy with the head of state.
kumara kulanda na chima cancer ichechu chukwandanga muno market
kufuma chadinga chiyuru chakaunda chadinga une chichina kumweka na ino mpenzi mune chirungu chiyuru chane irungu wani chakuira nawo kumine hoda kulanda homa councillors tuna haya minankashi nawe mukuru mpi wenjire na kukwasha antwani wenjire na kujahitunga itunga za Zambia unazijahi ne unakanga nyikuyura mwinki mukwenu kurondetwa.
Patriots for Economic Progress, PEP, says African Freedom Day is a mockery to people's intellect, as there is no true freedom that exists in this country or indeed on the African continent. PEP President Sean Tembo says Zambians cannot reasonably claim to be free when their rights, freedoms and liberties only exist in the Constitution, but are violated with impunity by the modern-day colonial masters, which is the PF and its government. Mr. Tembo says people cannot claim to be free when they're arrested for speaking against illegalities.
What has happened over the years is that we have substituted our white colonial masters for our black colonial masters in the name of the current ruling party, the Patriotic Front, because for all intents and purposes, our rights, freedoms and liberties are only existing on paper in the Constitution. When you look at the ground, our rights, freedoms and liberties are being violated with impunity. We have a situation where the citizens of this country are arrested and charged with aggravated robbery simply for trying to hold the government accountable with regard to how the mukura trees are being sold by the government. We have citizens who are arrested and dragged to court simply for standing up for the government rampant abuse of resources in procuring fire tenders, which basically look like wheelbarrows. And
in other news, Zambia Medicines Regulatory Authority ZAMRA is concerned about the continued mushrooming of illegal drugstores in the country. ZAMRA Public Relations Officer Ludovic Mwape made the remarks during an operation in Lusaka's Chainda compound. Mr. Mwape says it is important to engage illegal drugstores operators to ensure that they understand the rules and regulations.
Obrenga Health Parlor in Lusaka Chanda compound has for many years been operating without trained personnel. A check at the drugstore found untrained personnel attending to customers. This has angered the Zambia Medicine Regulatory Authority, ZAMRA. The authority has observed that sensitization and awareness is what will keep such legalities among drugstore operators.
Pharmacy. Yes, because even the layout will have to change if it's a proper pharmacy. It should have a dispensary, the front shop, and there should be other requirements like the aircon that she had mentioned.
There is in which to legalize this business, so you should come and tell the owner that they should register within 30 days. If they won't make it to register, then the next time we come, we should not find all these medicines in here. They should just concentrate on the groceries. You just have to stop selling medicines and concentrate with the cosmetics. Because the penalties, if the ZAMRA comes, they find that you haven't registered the drugstore, there are penalties to that, which is 100,000. That's the money that you're supposed to pay.
ZAMRA Public Relations Officer Ludovic Mwale says it is an offense to operate without a permit from the authority.
Act number 3 of 2013, section 14, prohibits the sale of medicines by anyone without registration certificate from the authority. And anyone who contravenes this part of the law, if convicted and is found liable and is convicted, that person can be fined up to 900,000 kwacha or to a sentence not exceeding 5 years.
Mr. Mwale says the authorities engaging drugstore operators to see to it that operators are sensitized on the importance of keeping drugs in a conducive environment.
First, to create awareness, targeting the people that are selling medicine in these outlets. Information that we are looking out, first of all, is to look at the facility themselves. As you have seen, the facility themselves, the shop itself is not conducive for the sale of medicine. The person or the personnel that are found in these places are not qualified to do so. Then the medicines themselves are subjected to environment that are not conducive for them to. So we are creating this awareness to people such that we also try to curb this scourge of people trying to sell medicines. We try to encourage them to legalize.
In a conducive environment, Patrick Mackay, Movie TV News, Lusaka.
Our headlines at this hour: stalled Mwale Township roadworks, ex-residents. Lusaka Slibala residents object to illegal car wash construction. And in sports, Zambian karatekas ready for regional supremacy. We take a break. We'll have sports when we come back.
Situated along the shores of Lake Kariba in Siavonga, Freshview Hotels, a perfect retreat from the city. At Freshview Hotels, you get an experience just like home. Get away from the hustle and bustle of town and come to a place you can relax, inspire, and create. With 5-star accommodation that's second to none, Freshview Hotels is just the right place to be. You can choose a theme of your preference with the view of your fancy. Take for example, the honeymoon suite. These chefs at our restaurant prepare delicious local, Indian and other international dishes. After a long hectic day, you can spoil yourself to a relaxing spa. You can also work out in our professional gym with an elite instructor always on site. For your weddings and party venues, come to Freshview Hotels. You are promised to have an experience of a lifetime. We provide the largest conference space in Siavonga at our boathouse, and we also have many other conference rooms for workshops and seminars. Finding us is so easy. Contact us now on 0972 012 591 or 0964 012 591 or 0955 012 591. Fresh View Hotel. See the view. Experience the service. Be at home.
We are grateful that you are watching Movie TV, your award-winning channel of choice. And now in sports, Zambia Karate national team coach Ramon Mumba says the team is not intimidated by their opponents at this year's regional tournament to be held in Gaborone, Botswana. Mumba says the team has been calm for a long time, hence it is in good shape. And Botswana captain Kefas Olatire says hosting the tournament, while being the defending champions, will help the team win the medals.
Boipuso in Gaborone of Botswana will host this year's Karate Region 5 Games, which has seen 5 SADC countries arriving in the city ahead of the showpiece. The highly spirited Zambia Karate national team, who are led by team captain Ramon Mumba, feel not intimidated by any of their opponents.
Oh wow, no, you're not even shaken. Over feet on the ground. This is just a game, it's a tournament. You know, we're here to win, to reap medals. I don't care if we've got muscles, they train hard, or how many months they've been in the cup. What we're here for is to win. We're not even intimidated about them. Yeah, we don't care where they come from. We are here from Zambia to here to Botswana, only for the members to win, not to be intimidated by anyone.
Clifford Mpampa also feels not intimidated by their opponents.
Intimidated, not at any percent, we are much scared. As I read earlier to say, they may take us to the underdogs, but we are not underdogs. They train the same karate, we train the same karate. The same techniques they do, those are the same techniques that we do. So unless they train in heaven, then we maybe feel intimidated. But if they train from this earth, the same planet, definitely we are not intimidated. And upon seeing them, I'm sure they also felt our president to say, though we are considering them the underdogs, they may bring any surprise. So definitely we'll go there with our morale. They're not intimidated.
All the 14 Zambian karatekas have successfully weighed in their different weights categories held at the Botswana National Sports Council, and Region 5 defending champions and host Botswana captain Kefas Olatile feels hosting will act as a motivating factor to their team.
Yeah, it gives us an advantage because we are on the home ground. So there's nothing like adaptation to the environment. We are already adapted to the environment. So we have the confidence, we have the support. I know that we're going to make it. These days, each and every country gives us a challenge because we are looking that each and every country now is preparing for 2020 Olympic qualifiers. So each and every country is preparing for the championship and is preparing to get qualified for the Olympics. So I believe that each and every country now is prepared for the Region 5, and we're going to get a tough competition from all countries in Southern Africa.
Zambia is expected to dominate in Kumate than Qatar. Bright Tembo. Movie TV Sports, Gaborone, Botswana.
Finally, mixed feelings have characterized the resignation of national football team coach Wetson Urenda. Some soccer fans in Livingstone have told Movie TV Sports that they're happy Ward left because he underperformed. Well, that's what we could package for you at this particular hour. Thank you so much for watching. But before we go, we take a look at the headlines. Stalled Mwenelunga Township Roadworks ex-residents. Lusaka's Libala residents object to illegal car wash construction. And in sports, Zambian karatekas ready for regional supremacy. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Bruce Mwale. Good evening.